Hi everyone, it's Bubbles, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today, we are going to be watching the Operation Heavy Metal reveal panel for Rainbow Six Siege. This is, Year 8, Season 3, I believe it is. And, yeah, we're just going to see what's going on, in the panel. What do they announce, who the new operator is, what their gadget is, any guns or anything that they're going to announce. Yeah, a bit like usual. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoy this content, and please subscribe as well. And let's get into it. Right,
hello everyone, and welcome to Operation Heavy Metal. I'm Camille Salazar-Hadaway, here to present the lineup for Year 8, Season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege. To kick off the show, here's Creative Director Alexander Karpazis with an overview of the season.
The new operator is called RAM? Okay, it seems like we're doing another Red Hammer.
The Rainbow Six Siege team is proud to present Operation Heavy Metal. It's coming with a new operator, Ram, coming from South Korea. She's joining the Red Hammer squad because of her destructive capabilities. With the season as well, we're bringing meaningful changes to the balance of the game and the way that you play. The playlists are going through some changes as well.
It's a
with
very
the new
different
game mode coming to arcade.
And I'm a big fan.
We have a new tutorial system for all the new players jumping in this season as well. All of this plus a commendation system to reward other players. And we have much, much more to share with you, so please enjoy.
There comes a moment in every attacker's life when they think, how am I going to deal with that deployable shield and the traps that surely lie behind it? How do I choose which section of the floor to open up? How do I keep the defenders from hearing what I'm up to? Well, the operator with the answer to all of these questions is Ram and her Boogie Auto Breacher. You want to know more? Stick around.
Sorry, I was checking everything was working. I might turn the volume down a little bit. It's a wee bit loud. But why are the gadgets this year so weirdly named? Like we hang on, I need to hear that again. Sorry.
To all of these questions is Ram and her Boogie Auto Breacher.
The Boogie Auto Breacher. That is such a dumb name. But like, so is Cludge Drone. Cludge sounds so... I'm loving the names this year. Like they sound really dumb, and I don't even know why. Sorry. That probably has nothing to do with how good this operator's gonna be, but you know, I'm in. Show me what the Boogie does.
You want to know more? Stick around.
While Ram is getting tuned up for her headlining performance later in the show, we've got some opening acts here to reveal new features and updates coming your way.
Is this where the Frost rework comes in?
Commendation system, a new and rewarding way to recognize your teammates. Like the spotter who set up great drone cams, or the text chat champ who stayed cool when you went down 3-0. UX designer Roland Poe will tell you about it.
Commendation system. I can only see this one going backwards.
So the goal of the commendation system is to showcase some of the positive aspects we have in our game and allow players a new way to interact with one another and highlight those positivities.
Positive
At the end of a match,
do tell.
players will have the opportunity to commend 2 of their teammates in up to 3 different categories. You can be commended for your dedication. So for being an engaged and reliable teammate, for being on comms, using pings. You can be commended for your guidance. So for showing leadership, for being helpful. And you can be commended for your valor, for being positive, being fun to play with, and just a great Siege community member. Also, you have the opportunity to vote to commend the other team as worthy opponents. If you had a fun and fair and fulfilling match against them, this is a great way to spread positivity, not just within your team, but throughout the entire lobby.
I like this. It's just the meme's going to be
that in their recent matches
most of the people that get
will be considered to be on a streak, and will have a dedicated icon placed next to their name in places like the player profile panel, the in-match scoreboard, and player cards. And for players who are on a streak, they will also receive an increase to their Alpha Pack drop roll rate at the end of every match they have whilst the streak is active.
Give it a practical aspect as well as
But the benefits aren't just for players on a streak. Every single player who is engaged with the commendation system will receive a
even
mid-season
think what I was
alpha pack
thinking of.
drop of epic rarity.
Like something that other
In
people
addition
can
to
see.
that, the top 25% most commended players at the end of the season will receive an alpha pack drop of legendary status. So during Year
enough.
8, Season 3, we're also going to be updating the Reputation Center. We're going to have a new page that's all about commendations. You're going to see how many you've received, in which category.
Okay. Look, obviously they're going to clarify things a little bit, but I actually do like this a little bit in relation to the reputation system, because what's always bothered me about it is that the reputation system has a lot of, like, people can report you a lot and be mad at whatever you do and try and bring you down, but there's nothing to try and counterbalance that by saying, oh, this person's actually really cool, this person does a lot of good stuff. I obviously in the early days there might be some ways that cheaters use this to try and avoid reputation stuff, but in general I like the idea of Ubisoft trying to balance this system a little more, make it so that people can recommend players, so that if there's that one player who's being an asshole and just constantly downvoting or not disrecommending, I don't know what words to use today, but you know, it's a I feel like it's a better system for rewarding the right players, if that makes any sense. So yeah, no, the perfect change. I couldn't think of anything better myself. I'm curious to see how it's implemented. It might take a little bit of time to get it right.
Categories, the status of your streak, and the alpha pack drops. Also, we've heard your feedback about the reputation system, and we know that you're looking for more information about how to achieve the highest reputation standings. That's why we're also having a dedicated page that's going to show some of the key negative actions and behaviors that can impact your reputation standing. So it's important to note that at the beginning of the season, your commendations will not affect your reputation standing. However, in a future update, after some monitoring, we're going to hook the two systems together, meaning the number of commendations you receive will start to impact your standing. So we're looking forward to getting this into your hands, to seeing how you engage with it, and together making the Rainbow Six Siege community the best it possibly can be.
Yeah. They're
Now
all good
it's time to
goals,
talk
and
game
it sounds like
modes.
they've slowly
Operation
implemented
Heavy
it.
Metal
So
is bringing
everything
changes to
sounds
Quick Match and Unranked, plus that brand new arcade mode we mentioned earlier. Game designer Robert Cole and gameplay programmer Albert Val are here to tell you more.
Alright, hit me with it. What's going on with the game modes? Can you announce what the new the limited time mode is going to be?
During the year reveal, we wanted to make changes
Oh,
to
it's
Quick
probably
Match
gonna
in
be
order
Doctor's
to make it
Curse, though.
faster and more accessible. But we realized that we needed to make some tweaks to other game modes in order to fit those changes. The main objective for the changes that we're doing to Quick Match is to make it faster, not only by reducing the overall match timers, but also by reducing the waiting time. And additionally, the other main objective is to allow players to focus much more on the action. Now, in order to focus on the action, on the defender side, we're introducing a new system called pre-setups. Now, pre-setups are a pre-deployment of reinforcements and rotation holes at the start of the round. We have designed two variations for each bomb site, which will be chosen randomly at the start of the round, and they will cover the most reinforced walls, but also leaving agency for the players to use the remaining ones as they want. Now for attackers, we're also introducing a new system called Attackers Protection, which basically consists...
Hold, sorry, fucking... Hang on, I just... Jesus Christ, hang on, I'm gobsmacked, that's so weird. Sorry, I cut out that break in the video. I was messaging my old Siege server, the ones that used to play Siege with me a lot. A lot of them will probably be shocked by this change, but holy shit. Pre-setups for defenders. That's... I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not. I suppose it will be better suited to situations where you get teammates who don't set up site, and then it leaves with that one anchor to try and fix everything up, and that doesn't work too well when it's already, let's say it's a mute who already has to set up 5 jammers, or a bandit who's got 4 of those batteries they want to set up. Yeah, right, okay. This is... on the other hand, though, I'm wondering how much this is going to change the creativity of the game. Because you've also got to bear in mind that now, if there's a pre-setup, and it's basically... certain walls are basically hard walls. The only difference is that they can be hard breached and they can be electrified. I don't know. This is a bit weird. But I don't hate it. It's an interesting change. We'll have to see what it's like in practice.
On a 10-second invulnerability phase at the start of the round, which will allow for a much safer approach to the building. In order to make quick match faster, we will be making changes to all the round timers, from the planning phase to the action phase. We're also taking the chance to make some tweaks to the matchmaking algorithm, which will now find matches much faster. Additionally, since we had to make some changes to some of the maps for the pre-setups, we'll be launching this season with a reduced map pool.
Hang on, did I miss something about attackers?
On a 10-second, we also introduce agency for the players to use the remaining ones as they want. Now for attackers, we're also introducing a new system called Attackers Protection, which basically consists on a 10-second invulnerability phase at the start of the round, which will allow for a much safer approach to the building. In order to make quick match faster, we will be making changes to all the round timers, from the planning phase to the action phase.
Yes! Sorry, this is... closing up means that you see my damaged headphones a lot worse. But yes! Oh my gosh. Hang on, messaging that server again. Okay, no, that is actually incredible. So, sorry, that is incredible. So basically what they're doing is they're taking out pre-firing. They are reducing the effect of assholes who don't set up site. They're basically just doing the most to make sure that defense is really good and attack's really good. And that you can't really be like scummy play on either side. In particular, this is going to hurt those that don't do any setup. They play whoever's got a 1.5. They find the best spawn peak and they try and absolutely abuse the shit out of it. I'm in, okay? Ubisoft, you killed it on this one. Yeah. And this is going to solve that issue of the 1.5 scope issue as well. Because I think the 1.5 scope was primarily getting used by pricks who wanted to spawn peek. That's now going to be off the table, which is brilliant. I love that. So, you know, big happies. Yeah. Let's keep going, but I don't want to gloss over this change, because it looks like they do. It looks like they skip over this very quickly, but that is a big change. And ballsy. That is ballsy, and I respect it.
We're also taking the chance to make some tweaks to the matchmaking algorithm, which will make the match much faster. Additionally, since we had to make some changes to some of the maps for the pre-setups, we will be launching this season with a reduced map pool, which we will be expanding in the future. We know that this new direction for Quick Match is pushing the playlist into a much more quick and casual
I'm glad Night Haven's still on.
And that's why
I want people to try and like Night Haven.
Starting by the name of the playlist. We are changing Unranked's name to Standard to better fit our playlist ecosystem, being a midpoint between our most competitive game modes and our most casual game modes. The main changes that we're doing to Standard is removing map and operator ban phases, so that players can play all the content without restrictions. We're also changing the overtime rounds to 1, to not drag the game for far too long. With these changes, Standard will now become the go-to place for players who want a classic Siege experience, without jumping to ranked. But also a place for players who want to try out the new operators with the removal of the map and operator ban phases. These changes will bring a much stronger identity to these playlists.
I think that's a good change. Unranked always made a little bit of weird sense. If it's meant to be a more casual mode, then why the hell
Last
is it got a
season we
ban
introduced
phase?
the Permanent Arcade playlist, a place for players to play our previously released arcades, such as Golden Gun, Snipers Only, or even new one, like Free For All. We received an awesome feedback from you throughout the season, and we want to keep the playlist fresh.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even
engaging.
played this
So,
mode
we're
much.
introducing
I
a new
made
arcade
do a video on it.
called Weapon Roulette. Weapon Roulette is a team
Gun
deathmatch
game!
mode where all players have the same weapon. But there's a twist. This weapon is gonna be changing to a random new one every short amount of time. So get ready for
Okay,
chaotic
I'll
and
play this,
unexpected
okay?
gunfights.
I'm gonna write myself a note right now. Fuck knows if I'm gonna remember to do it. That is awesome. Genuinely, one of my favorite things that COD does that Siege currently doesn't do is like a gun game kind of mode. I'm just hoping that this is as good as the COD version, and it probably won't be, but you can hope. Especially on, again, they're showing off the map that is very TDM specific. So, you know, hopefully that's fun for gun game. I know it's going to have its own name, but I'm calling it gun game. But yes, that is good. That's also good.
Shotgun,
I'm very happy so far with this reveal.
As well, it's a place for newcomers to learn about new weapons and attachments. And yes, it's gonna be ready for season release, so have fun with your friends in this new game mode.
Changes LMG.
Frost, Fuse, Grim.
Oh no.
We have news to share on each of these operators, as well as a big update on shotguns. If you've ever run with a shotgun or faced off against one, you're going to want to hear what Associate Game Director Joshua Mills has to say.
I'm not sure what I do. I'm not sure I do. Please give me good news, not bad news.
Shotguns on Siege have not been the most reliable tool for our operators, and that's one of the things we wanted to address. So we're actually kind of overhauling the entire weapon class. There are a couple shotguns that will not be included in this update, but those are the slug shotguns. Focusing on all the rest, there are significant changes coming. If we want to look at a template that really signifies where we're going with this, you can look at Smoke Shotgun. And that is actually the foundation.
I'm just saying, if they fucking nerf shotguns, particularly this shotgun, I'm going to be pissed, because I just literally, you don't see me play much on stream or on YouTube. I do need to change that. I need to play more Siege for you guys, because I enjoy the game, I just don't record a lot of it. I literally, when I finished this battle pass a few weeks ago, I used my Bravo ticket to buy the Black Ice for this exact shotgun. So on God, if they fuck with this shotgun and make it not usable, I'm gonna be pissed off. Just warning you.
That our amazing weapon expert Matthew Lacombe used. So broad changes that you can expect with the shotgun rework are far more precision when you're ADS'd, far more destruction when you're not, and even more destruction when you're moving and not ADS'd. And some of you already know this actually works and have been doing it with the Bailiff for some time. Well, we've actually taken that feature and expanded that across the rest of the shotguns. We don't want anything in the game to ever be a non-option. So at the end of the day, shotguns are going to be far more consistent.
Okay.
And
these are all good things so
for
far.
you to bring out on the field.
Now,
Fuse's charge can chew through and reinforce wall and then start deploying on the opposite side.
Tell me you haven't got it
We
Frost.
extended that a little further and said, why can't we do that on deployable shields? Or in some cases, even a Talon shield for Mosa. The goal here is versatility, allowing players to adapt to the environment that's been set up around them. So whether that means deployable
Not
shields
a major change on this course
Osa on your team
Fuse,
helping
but...
you, it has extreme destructive capacity, but at the same time, it's a high-risk kind of move.
Cluster charge going up.
So Grim, in part 1, we really focused.
Sorry, I'm just picturing, so like you push forward as Osa, smack the shield down, Fuse comes in and like bombs the shit out of everybody. And there's like barely anything you can do on this course. You got somebody on a flank. That actually could be kind of fun. Maybe I need to get somebody. I got a few friends who have said that they want to try and play Siege again. Maybe I get them to queue as Fuse and we see what we get.
On the efficiency of the launcher. That as well is a little bit of his kit. One of the main contention points of Grim in general is the face check for intel. You have to point this launcher and put yourself in risk in order to actually take that shot. So the second part of the buff is actually to add an alternate mode to the launcher. This new alternate mode will allow the player to actually bank canisters off the wall or off a surface instead of directly sticking to them. This allows more players to get them in trickier spots. We want to reward players that have a plan, and just like our other operators with their alternate modes, like Zofia and Capital, Grim will have the same functionality, being able to select what type of canister is going to come out of that launcher the second you shoot it. So the Frost change has been a hot topic for us since its reveal, and one of the big things we want to get across here is that the fact that a player can end up helpless in our game has no space there. We do not want that. And that's one of the steps that the Frost change is trying to do, where if a player finds themselves in a welcome mat, they have options. Options are, I can pull that off myself with a severe debuff. I'm probably not gonna survive that anyway, but at the same time, I can also have my friend come and help me out. At that point, you will receive no debuff for doing so because they'll safely remove the trap from you. This is exactly how it works in live and also sets up for the scenarios where Frost can get a 2-for-1. So the big thing about a player being able to take the Frost Trap off of them, at least on the Lab TS, was that it wasn't severe enough. That people were able to do it too quickly. We're taking it from 2.5 seconds all the way up to 4 seconds, also including a far more severe debuff. That debuff will last up to 60 seconds and reduce the player all the way down to a walking speed while still leaving that blood trail and making all the vocal calls that we have seen on the Lab TS. I'm super.
What debuff? Vocalize. Tell us what the hell the debuff is. Because I'm going to be totally honest, you haven't told me shit right now. And, or, I don't know, the 4 seconds in the trap is not a bad idea. I don't mind the idea that people can get out of the trap eventually. It's a little bit like Trapper's traps in Dead by Daylight. I feel very strongly about that killer in particular. I feel like Trapper is currently the worst designed killer in Dead by Daylight for that reason. Apart from, you know, a couple of other exceptions, but you know, you get the point. With this is, I get what they're trying to do, and I don't necessarily hate the idea. 4 seconds in a trap, I think, is fair. The fact that a friend can get you out of the trap is fair. But you haven't said anything about what the debuff is. You haven't made it clear if it's being slowed down, if it's that you make, like, 10 times the noise, if you're not able to ADS. Like, what's the debuff?
Super excited about Season 3. There's a lot of stuff packed in there. The shotguns alone are a massive package. Beyond that, it's our collaboration that we've already started to establish.
I'm not mad. I think
more tight-knit way. And I
Frost
really
is
appreciate
still fun
that,
to play.
and I'm thankful for that. And I
they haven't made her
unplayable.
unplayable.
We're going to be able to do together as we move forward.
In Siege, there are a few things you'll need to keep in mind when you're playing your first match.
Fundamentally,
New
you step in a
tutorials
Frost trap, you're
focus
probably
on
still
the
going to be
core
dead.
mechanics are coming this season. Let's get the details from game design.
Actually, I want to clarify that. If you step on a Frost trap near sight, you're done for. If Frost decides that she wants to try and roam and play outside of sight for whatever reason, the traps are probably, if they activate, they probably won't be accessed in time. If Frost is nowhere near or no one else is nowhere near. But they can slow people down. They can make people have to take different routes to what they normally wanted to. But I think this change also incentivizes the strategy of Frost to be more around keeping her traps in an area where she can mess with them, where she can properly get value out of them, either using the traps to defend sight or using the traps to defend her. If she's playing above sight, use those traps to try and defend that room. or if she's playing below sight or next to sight, you know, same deal. I know. Not a bad change, but I wish they would have given some details about what the debuff is. I'm going to look it up later, or heck, you may even catch me playing the playable test server. I don't know if it's worth it, because there's less than 2 weeks left to the season. But I don't know. That was a very non-explanation of what the hell happens when somebody gets out of the frost trap. And I would love to know more. And they didn't tell me more. They didn't tell me anything. So thanks for nothing. The shotgun change is good though. The Grim change is good. The Fuse change is good. Happy with all that. I'm not even mad about the frost change. It's just I wish they gave me more knowledge.
Designer Victoria Vera.
As we mentioned in the Year 8 reveal, we will have not only new playable tutorials, but a fully fledged new first-time user experience that aims to make newcomers feel more guided through their journey through Siege.
You'll have to go around to continue your training.
We will have 3 new tutorials: Basics, Attack, and Defense, that aim to make the newcomer feel more confident while playing their first Siege match.
Have they made their own map for this?
The first tutorial will be Basics. In Basics, we will be covering what makes Siege truly Siege. We will make a special emphasis on core mechanics such as leaning, verticality, secondary gadgets, unique abilities, and so on. The other 2 tutorials will be covering the asymmetrical nature of Siege, so it will be Attack and Defense. So the Attack tutorial will cover how to win around as an attacker. We will be covering the mechanics needed.
I don't know. It's just cool. There's not really much else I can
how to
cover on this.
How to enter the building by grappling, how to destroy defender gadgets and cameras, how to use tactical
It looks like a
advantages
version
such
of
as
Stadium
breaching,
Bravo.
defusing, and finally eliminating all opponents. So the defense tutorial will be serving the same purpose as the attack one, but this time as a defender. We'll be covering mechanics such as reinforcing, barricading, how to prepare a good setup, and other mechanics that are needed to understand how to play as a defender, such as electricity. So after you complete the tutorials, we will be rewarding 10 new ops, 5 on attack and 5 on defense. We do have plans for the future. We are preparing the new AI Defender playlist, in which newcomers and their friends can play Siege matches in a more safe and controlled environment before starting their journey in the PvP space.
Yeah, again,
When
not
we
a stage
talk
of
about
Siege
player
on map,
comfort,
but
we're not
it's
talking about your
good.
gaming chair. We're talking about all the little things that make playing and watching Siege that much better. In this season, we're giving you the option to remove the HUD while using FreeCam. And that's not all. Creative Director Alexander Karpazis is back to tell you more.
I don't think that's going to change much for me, but...
Last season, we introduced free cam in the match replay.
This guy's
This
always so
season,
excited
we're
about
bringing an
everything,
update.
and
We're allowing you to
he gets
remove
me
the
pumped
HUD
for it.
from the replay cam so that you can capture the perfect moment and use that in any of the content that you're making. So this feature is also coming to the spectator mode. Free cam plus hide UI will be one package for all spectators out there. For us, we're really excited to share these tools with the esports scene. This will change the way that people will be able to watch the matches play out in real time, and we can't wait for you to have a new perspective on those pro matches. With the latest update coming to FreeCam,
I mean,
that
it's
means
cool.
there's going to be a new way for all of you content creators to capture what you want, the way you want it, and share it with the world.
I have to give them props on that. Thumbnails are a different game when you get that access. I haven't really had much of a problem with that because, again, I've been shit at uploading Siege. I will try and make sure this season I do play some, especially the new op. I gotta try out this stupid drone. What was it called? Is it Boogie? It's not the Boogie. Oh gosh, I'm gonna really get around this. But yeah, God, this guy. I don't know what it is about him. He could tell me that they're gonna nerf Frost's arse, and he could definitely convince me that it's a good thing. Even though I'm a diehard Frost fan, I love her the exact way she is. But this man could convince me to fucking sell my life savings, I think. sell my laugh, so you get the idea.
Another quality of life update that's coming that's very near and dear to my heart. We've all had that one squad mate who went to grab a sandwich an hour ago and you want to kick him from the match. Now you can. You can kick and promote in your squad now. So starting with Season 3, Operation Heavy Metal, you'll also be able to read patch notes in the game. So if you ever want to refer to them, you don't have to go anywhere else but in-game to check them out.
Oh, wow.
Our patch notes are the place to go to whenever you want to find out the real details that are changing each season and each patch that comes within the season itself.
Totally going to forget
so
what that
now
is
you have a permanent home to reference whenever you want to see what's up.
Changes are coming to Operation Heavy Metal Battle Pass to make it easier for you to target the rewards you want. Here to explain this update
I've heard this before.
is Business Strategy Director Mohammed Ben Hanada.
What have you done to mess up the Battle Pass this time?
Late last year, we released the new Battle Pass system. We've received a lot of good feedback from you, the community. The two major points we want to work on for the next coming seasons is the discoverability and the navigations. So for the discoverability, we're introducing the Intro tab. The Intro tab will give you an overview of the main rewards to unlock during the seasons.
Okay.
So this is going to come up in Year 8, Season 3. And as I said, during the upcoming seasons, you'll see more and more improvements on the discoverability and navigations. So stay tuned for that.
Now, the time has come for destruction.
Come on.
The time has
Time to
come
boogie.
for chaos. The time has come for RAM. First up, we'll have concept artist Sunshine Kim sharing insights on the design and creative vision for this operator. Then we'll go to Director of Gameplay Design Jeremy Carvon and game designer Justin Larange Aluwaluya for details on Ram's gadgets and how she'll be wreaking havoc in the field.
No, I'm not going to try and say that.
RAM's unit, an all-female unit of the South Korean Special Forces, is really competitive to get in. As we research and learn more.
Is there an all-female unit in South Korea's Special Forces? If so, why? Like, nothing against women in the military. Fair fucking play to yous. No matter who you are, whether you're a male, female, somewhere in between, somewhere outside of the norm. If you've got the strength, skill set, and desire, you should be allowed to work on it. But I don't see the benefit of having an all one-gendered thing. Is that a thing? Am I... Tell you what, bubbles from the future. Edit if you can find something that tells you about this supposed women South Korean thing, and maybe why it's a thing. Anyway, never mind. I probably isn't worth worrying about, but I don't know, it sounds like a very weird detail. Anyway, let's keep going.
More about this unit, Tarantula/Tango unit. We all agreed that this character should look absolutely badass.
Yeah.
Ram's gadget is rather mechanical than high-tech.
Ram is a ridiculous name.
So it was natural choice for us to make the design more gritty, more grounded, which I know that a lot of our fans have been asking for.
I'm not sure I dig that helmet.
Camouflage, combat shirt and pants, these are all general aesthetics that we borrowed from South Korean military.
I'm hoping she gets a cosmetic.
And then we went through redesigning process on top of that to give a more uniqueness, to make this character really memorable and stand out.
So RAM is part of Red Hammer. So the capacity of destruction of this device needed to be unlimited. With this operator, we are introducing the biggest throwable ever made in Siege. The buggy is very heavy.
That's throwable?
We have 2 rotating shredders on the bottom to destroy floors and rotating shredders in the front to smash walls. Finally, to increase the sentiment of chaos, we decided to power this device with a combustion engine.
Boogie deployed.
Alright.
Boogie to go.
Go on, what happens?
Ram's gadget is the Boogie Auto Breacher. These are massive bulletproof tools of soft destruction. Ram can throw these boogies
she is going to be
anywhere.
A vertical
So
beast.
behind cover, she can also do this while rappelling. And as a matter of fact, if she were to throw one of these through a barricade, it'll smash right through, though a castle armor panel will withstand the impact. Once a boogie has been deployed, Ram can activate it from...
Just imagining, like, being... watching this Ram just on rappel, like, 3rd story of cafe. And just fucking throws it, and it just bounces all the way to the ground. What a sad life that would be.
anywhere on the map. She does this remotely, just like you would with Thermite or Fuse. At any point before activating her gadget, Ram can use the alternate mode.
How long did this go?
Switch her trajectory. She can choose between having it move directly forward or curving it to the left or to the right. These alternate modes can be very useful to deal with situations, say, around a corner without having to expose yourself. A great example of this is Blue Elbow in Oregon Basement. So Ram's kit is really designed to allow players to emphasize on either her aggression or destruction aspects. Ram's first primary option is the R4C, which you may recognize as Ash's signature assault rifle. This weapon is great for aggressive pushes onto site.
No fucking kidding. I'm telling you right now, that the second you just announced the R4C, there were a whole bunch of Ash mains just came. Like, physically ejaculated everywhere. Like, granted, I'm watching this, like, post-stream, but at the time, and right now, because I've watched this video, and totally there's somebody out there who's also watching this video as I am, just has ejaculated all over the desk and needs to, like, wipe everything up again. That is almost dangerous giving her this gun. Anyway, let's hear the rest of the options. I can't wait to hear what else she's got.
And those quick engagements. And to help Ram with the longer range aspects of some of her engagements, we're giving her a few extra high-powered scopes.
Oh no, for the
For players who prefer more of a suppressive fire approach, Ram also has access to the LMG-E. This weapon's massive magazine
I think that's
fairly
Zophia's.
good recoil
It
make
sounds
it
like
an
Zophia's.
excellent choice for players who just want to hail bullets and sustain pressure on the enemy.
No, it's going to be the R4C.
So Ram's first secondary option is the Mark 1 9mm. For more aggression players, this is going to be very useful in a gunfight, in case you ever run out of bullets in your primary.
Waiting for the bailiff.
Ram's alternate secondary is the ITA-12S shotgun.
Yes!
This is a great choice for players who really want to double down on that destruction aspect.
Sorry, they keep giving the bailiff to
Ram
everybody,
is a
so I was
3-health,
waiting for
1-speed
it.
operator. She is an unstoppable force. She's there to take position and pull operator. That destruction aspect of Ram. So Ram is a 3-health, 1-speed operator.
3-health, 1-speed.
She is an unstoppable force. She's there to take position and hold constant pressure on the enemy. And that extra health is going to make sure that whatever the defenders throw at her, she's not going away anytime soon. So Ram's secondary gadget options really once again allow players to focus on either aggression or destruction. Her first option is flash grenades, which are fantastic in a gunfight to really push down on those defenders. Alternatively,
that's gonna
Ram
work
has
with
access
the drone.
to hard breach charges. At her simplest, Ram is a fantastic vertical operator. Unlike operators like Buck or Sledge, she can do her destruction from relative safety. We're hoping that players who are perhaps a bit wary of doing vertical play will really take to this and experience this absolutely core element of
this is going to be a vertical play.
Ram is also great at destroying a lot of gadgets that you would typically find in those narrow corridors and choke points, making it a lot of gadgets.
How many was that?
Doing vertical play will really take to this and experience this absolutely core element of Siege's gameplay.
3.
Ram is also great at destroying a lot of gadgets that you would typically find in those narrow corridors and choke points, making it a very easy push for the attackers. More experienced players may notice that remote activation, alternate mode, and also the sheer sound that this gadget produces are all tools at their disposal to come up with much trickier strategies.
That is a good point. Usually I've got a problem with 1-speeds because they are hella loud when they move around. This gadget is definitely going to help deal with that problem. Because you just can run around the back while all they hear is a fucking chainsaw going through your room.
Is a really good smokescreen for operators who have gadgets that have very loud sound cues that defenders will typically want to pay attention to. Examples of this are Fuse, Amaru, and just about any
also clear
on-range
anything
operator.
people could be hiding behind by Fuse.
Imagine trying to bandit trick a wall when the ceiling is being torn out from above you. Operators like Flores, Brava, and Twitch all really want to get their drones on site to deal with enemy utility, and the boogies can absolutely help them do that. The easiest way to counter Ram is simply to outposition her, and she's not exactly a quiet operator. Some operators, especially stealthy ones like Caveira or Vigil, can really take advantage of that. Even though Ram's boogies are bulletproof, they're not indestructible.
Yeah, hang on.
Explosives such as C4 or impact grenades.
I want to
will
hear what
destroy
Mozzie
boogies
and Mute
immediately.
do with this one.
Boogies also have a large red canister on the rear that, just like on Mira or Osa, can be shot to destroy it. Though Ram's gadget is mechanical once it's activated, before it's been activated, it's electronic, meaning it can be jammed by a well-placed mute jammer, or also detected by Solace.
That is interesting. So it's a mechanical gadget. It's activation electronic. So if you start it far enough off site, the jammer won't be able to jam it. And so I'm guessing that's going to be And because it's a mechanical gadget, my guess is also Mozzie's thing won't do anything about it. Okay. Right.
The absolute chaos and destruction that Ram brings to the battlefield is so much fun. We've had a blast testing her out, and we're hoping that players have that same experience.
I feel like Maestro might be a good pick for it.
You could play this.
You could probably chuck a Maestro cam up top, and then just have it ready in case Ram is about to do some shit. So that way you can take out the canisters. Okay, sick.
The season test server for Operation Heavy Metal starting next week. Put Ram's gadgets through its paces and start working on your counter strategies. And remember, whether you're on the test server or in the live game, reporting issues you encounter to R6Fix will give you a chance to earn some neat rewards. Now, before we wrap up, there's one more thing. And yes, it's a new elite. Please welcome to the Elite Club for the first time, Thunderbird.
This is overdue. Thunderbird is one of the coolest characters that they've released recently. See, it might look really cool that they've done a cinematic, but this is literally just a version of her, it's just a version of her celebration. Yeah, I already saw that. So, it's cool though. I very happy. Alright, in general, I feel like this was a very good panel. And nothing they've said makes me too concerned. Throughout the season, we're getting 2 more elites. That's good information. Right, so what does that mean for us? Honestly, that was a pretty good panel. Good changes overall. A bit pissed at the guy for not telling us what the frost debuffs were. But you know, they haven't fucked with her weaponry at all. And I think the general utility of her traps is going to be the same. They're just going to stop situations where one player is basically permanently taken out by a trap. But they're just left to die. But yeah, you know, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at any of it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Ram and the boogie drone. I cannot believe the names of these things. I am looking for the new op, and we're definitely gonna have to play her a little bit. I love the verticality aspect. I've been recently, that's been something I've been doing on Siege, is learning how to play vertical a lot better. And I feel like I'm getting there, but this may help me to do that. Or I might have a friend that plays Ram, and then I can play somebody else, and then we both take advantage of the vertical nature of her gadget. She's got a good loadout too. Again, secondary shotguns are always beautiful to behold. Even if it's a shotgun pistol like Grimm's case, or if it is the full-on shoddy, like in Frost's case, or in this case, it's RAM. But no, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you want to see from Siege and from other games, and from me reacting. Do you like me reacting? Do you want me to react to more stuff? Is this too much, and you want me to shut the F up? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!